Hello, Internet denizens! Welcome to my show. Well, this episode is actually a continuation of a previous episode we had done. We had built a Hackintosh for the folks at DEBOSS Garage. You can see the sort of the cover right there. And that was a very, very exciting episode. And then in this episode, we got to deliver the computer to them with not the results that we had anticipated, but we'll cover that. But the good news is that we got to sit down with the creators of DEBOSS Garage, Rich and Aaron, and we talked about a whole bunch of things, including how to become a successful YouTuber, because DEBOSS Garage has become a very successful show in a fairly short amount of time. Plus, we talked about the pressures of YouTubing and the family pressures of being a YouTuber. Plus, we talked about Hackintoshing. So this is a disciplinary episode. Stay tuned. They're really mad at us. Hey guys!
Hey Paul!
Hey, I got you something special.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
I know you were waiting for this. Oh, heavy.
Oh! What the fuck? Seriously?
I'm sorry. Oh no.
Jeez.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Oh, fuck, man, we want our money back.
Maybe I can fix it.
Is it warranty?
No, I'll take it back and fix it, okay? Oh! Hello. Welcome, Internet denizens. I've got an interview show. This is Rich DeBoss, associated with his own channel named DEBOSS Garage.
That's right.
I thought your last name was Garage all this time. I didn't know there was a Rich in there. So.
Yeah, filthy rich, because you don't rarely see me in a white t-shirt.
And you're completely clean.
And I'm completely clean.
And you don't have any schmutz under
that's
your
right.
nose.
So we had a couple of meetings this morning, and I had to look presentable, so I managed to not go in the shop today.
Thank you. And this is Aaron Porteous.
Yes. Yeah.
I pronounced your last name.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Close enough.
Close enough. So, Rich is the star of DEBOSS Garage and a great personality. I love your channel.
Yeah, thanks.
I've gotten completely addicted to things I know nothing about.
Right
but I can't stop watching it.
Right on. That's encouraging, because we try to make it so that, we're an automotive channel, but at the same time we got a little bit of everything. So if it's just fun to watch, it's fun to watch. Some are pretty in-depth videos where you might as well be talking computer to me, and I won't understand a word you're saying. Like, I didn't understand a single thing you said on the video that you explained about building the computer. I'm like, you might as well be talking Chinese, but it's still funny, right?
I'm glad you like the video, and I've repaired cars with my dad, and not well. I mean, Dad would just put a whole thing of fiberglass on the side of the AMC Hornet just to keep it going.
Yep, all fixed. Just temporary. This is temporary. Yeah. I'm sure in the spring we'll have enough funds to get a new car. Just got to get me through the winter. That's right. And then 6 years later, all the fiberglass falling off. We got to do that again.
So, Rich, you're the star of the channel, and you're doing all the repair work. And Aaron, you're not doing all the shooting. You're doing the editing. One of the fascinating things about this channel is that you're shooting yourself all the time, and you're repairing shit. It's mind-blowing.
It's difficult, probably more for Aaron, because he knows nothing about what I'm talking about, and I'm not great at explaining that. Okay, Aaron, this is usually the second shot, or sorry, this shot is out of order.
Right.
So he's learning as he's making the videos, and he does a very, very well job at it. But see, my thing is, if Aaron messes up the video, I know that I shot it wrong, because the point is to make it so people understand it.
Sure.
And if a guy who knows very little about cars and knows a lot more now can understand what I'm talking about and make a video about it that makes sense, then the audience should be able to see it and follow it.
I wanted to talk about the Hackintosh that I built for you guys, but I think talking about your channel to me actually is more interesting.
Okay.
We can talk briefly about it. So
we do the Hackintosh first.
Yeah, so we built the Hackintosh because you needed what? What was the impetus for that?
I built my own Hackintosh about 5 years ago. Bit the bullet. I had an iMac, and I was able to I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I was able to flip it for the same amount that it cost me to build a new one.
I don't care.
That's basically like a car. Whoever's the end buyer, it's their problem.
Yeah, so I had an old iMac. It was at the end of it.
It's his brother.
Oh no, this is a different computer. No, there's nothing negative about that.
No. Okay, yeah.
The computer, the iMac was great. It was just not powerful enough for full-on video editing. This was right after, or at the same time that Final Cut X came out.
Right.
So myself and honestly anybody in the industry that I was working with was all asking the same question: is what do we do now? Because we're all using Final Cut. And it's great. Why did they have to f it up?
Right. Yeah, and back in the day, Apple had this, what we call the aluminum cheese grater Mac, which I owned one.
Yeah.
And it was upgradable.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to have an AMD card, you could have an AMD card. If you wanted an NVIDIA card, you could get an NVIDIA card. And you basically got to do what you needed to do with the software that you were purchasing.
And you weren't worried about 4 years from now.
No,
That's what's
and
going
my
on.
computer lasted 10 years.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty good investment. And then the Hackintosh came out, and I went, what the hell? We built the the present one on Coffee Lake, which is Apple does not use the 8th gen 6-core 12-thread processor, and I was actually shocked that was Hackintosh of bull. And then once I saw the stats coming from the computer we built for you, I didn't want to give it to you. I wanted to actually give you the one that was in the video.
It's funny, I'm smiling because you guys are talking, and if you substitute all your all your computer parts with car parts,
It's the same.
it's the exact same
Exactly
thing.
the same.
It's like we're not brand loyal to any car.
Yeah.
They all get it wrong, so we build our own cars.
Correct.
And then we took a mild out pickup truck engine that's like a small, like worthless engine. We took 4 turbos off a diesel, put it on it, and just for fun we put it on the dyno, and we ended up making the same horsepower and torque as a McLaren 650S supercar.
What size were the turbos?
There were just 2 compound turbos off a Power Stroke diesel, so that was
Wow.
the ELS that we ended up putting in the Mercedes, and that look is exactly the same. When the guy who was running the dyno saw the numbers, he's like, what the hell? Like, shouldn't be. He looked at us and he says, I get these numbers off of engines that I charged about $25,000 to build, and you guys did it with a junked out leaking. We had to hang a piece of cardboard up to keep the oil from splashing out onto the floor. Like, it was leaking so bad.
That's like a standard Chrysler Journey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that comes with it.
Right,
Oil
right.
going
When it
into
stops leaving a mess on the
Yeah,
floor,
yeah.
it's out of oil. You gotta put more oil in it.
That's right. Into the glove box.
Who needs a dipstick?
But basically, it's we live in this world with all this technology to go online and figure out anything, find anything. Somebody's done it before, and if you take a little bit of everything and put it together, you got your own little creation that works better almost than
Now the stuff that you do is magical, because I think there's fewer people who can do what you're doing than what I'm doing.
We're buying vehicles that are meticulously engineered to fail right after warranty.
So I think that's part of the Hackintosh revolution, is that Apple is not keeping up.
No, I'm thinking as like a car. If you've got set horsepower in your engine,
Right.
but then you add an air conditioner, it takes away from the horsepower of the engine, right? And if you add a DVD player and an
it doesn't work
entertainment
that way.
system, and the alternator is going to take a little bit more horsepower out of it, right?
Right.
'Cause
No,
it's
that
more-
doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
No,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
it
Or
can work.
good-
It can work in reverse. For
Yeah.
instance, if you what we call de-lid the processor,
Okay.
and then put better thermal paste between the heat spreader.
Okay.
So Intel puts really crappy thermal paste between the processor and the heat spreader.
Okay.
So there's now this, you can de-lid it, put better stuff on it, re-lid it, and get like 10 to 20% better.
So heat has a lot to do
Yes.
with how a computer works.
So that's our battle.
Oh, okay.
Our battle is heat. So we buy higher priced cooling devices,
Okay.
which allow you to run it at a cooler temperature.
and then things run fast.
Yeah, things
heat
run-
is resistance.
yes.
Heat goes up, resistance goes up. Things go slower.
Yeah, to a degree, you get what is called thermal throttling. So
Okay.
everything is actually running at a good pace, and then suddenly it stops.
Okay.
That's what happens in computers. So you want to avoid or push off into the distance.
Yeah,
as
the thermal
best,
throttling.
The thermal throttling. You want to
Okay.
not encounter it.
Which
So
is
much
one of the
timing.
heat battles with, again, resistance,
Right,
higher
right.
temperature. So if you lower the nominal temperature of the chip, you tend to be able to
Overclock
increase
it
the
higher.
voltage a bit and get even more speed out of the
I
chip
see.
because it's not getting to a temperature that'll become unstable.
Right.
It's like an
right.
engine. You can run it hot, but it's not a
Well,
good
it's
idea.
like playing with the timing. You can keep adding timing in it, but
Yeah.
then eventually you're going to get pre-detonation and
You're right.
going to wreck your
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
There's the analogy.
There we go.
You're looking for analogies that Rich could understand.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. When I go to send my computer out to get fixed, all they do is clean it to make it go
Right.
run colder. And like, here you go, we fix your computer.
Yeah, and that makes you're getting the gunk out. Actually,
Yeah.
makes a difference.
None of
So-
my computers are dirty. Like, they're in a very sterile environment in the shop, like very clean, no dust.
So we're
Nice,
done with the
nice.
Hackintosh. I want to just finish things off
Okay.
with how you built a successful channel out of this, because I'm
Oh.
very impressed with the consistency of the videos. I'm impressed with your approach, the demeanor, the integrity that you present in your videos. They're really enjoyable even for someone, I think, who's
Okay.
not into diesels.
It's definitely, if you're YouTube, the first 2 years suck. And every YouTuber will tell you that
Okay.
is difficult. So our growth, we're actually doubling roughly every 6 months, which is a good steady growth, but our growth kind of goes like that. So like our first month, our ad income revenue was like 12 cents. And the next month,
I wish I could get 12
it was
cents.
like
on my
24 cents. And then it was like 4 months before we could both buy a cup of coffee with the income off of YouTube. And that's frustrating. That's difficult. We're not following any real trends that are going out there.
Yeah.
We tried to stay away from clickbait. We tried to just make good quality content that is enjoyable to watch, but you can watch anytime. So if somebody was to break their leg and they're held up in bed for 6 weeks because they can't move, they could basically binge watch and enjoy it. And we're seeing that we don't get giant, massive views on our videos that are coming out right away.
You know what I think? I think that's amazing. You know, if we go to hospitals and we see people laid up, and we're just going to put an iPad in front of them. Hey, you're going to watch diesel swapping videos now,
and you're going to be locked to this channel. You
That's
don't
it.
get any other
and they're in
channel.
traction. And they're going, please, no more brake line adjustment.
But we're seeing growth across all of our videos, even like, so some of our original ones have kind of disappeared, and there's some good funny ones there too,
Yeah.
like letting the smoke out, and there's one about me making your razors last longer. Those were good funny videos, and they never really took off. But we're seeing like comments on videos that we made a year or 2 years ago, and that's what's kind of helping us now, is that it doesn't look like our main videos, our good videos, get 30,000-40,000 views in the first 2 days or so.
Well, that's still pretty good statistically for how many subscribers you have, though.
Yeah, it's not bad. We've seen there's other videos with less subscribers that have higher views, but then basically they're done talking about the thing for the day, vloggers or whatever,
Sure.
and the video is irrelevant a week later. So we're finding that making content that we're, and a little bit of everything. So we've got technical builds, we've got repairs, and then we've got just funny, entertaining
Reviews.
videos that have nothing to do with anything.
So
right?
you've been doing this for how long?
just over 3 years.
So 3 years.
Yeah,
So you
3.5.
figure 2 years is the spot that anybody who's putting together a YouTube channel should at least keep it
Strive
going
to.
for
Yeah.
2 years and then see what happens.
Yeah, and the 50,000 views is kind of when,
consistently.
yeah.
If that doesn't mean 1 month and then another month. From
2
the
videos a
start, we
week.
were doing 3 videos at least a week,
Yeah,
and then we cut it down to 2 for a while. Now we're
just so we
2
could
to
stay
3.
married, like 2 hour wives.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
I started off with 2 a week, and Ramona had a meeting with me.
Yeah.
She called me into the room,
I mean,
and said, "Sit down.
if
We
you're-
need to talk."
We've had a couple of those. So-
Yeah, absolutely.
And we make it a point that because there's more than one of us in the channel, we sit down once a year. Like, all right, we're gonna do it for another year, and we're kind of committed to the next year. You know what? A lot of exciting things have been going on. There's some chatter that another big thing is going to happen. Let's go for another year, right? And then we'll go. So about 2.5 years in, another YouTuber put out a project car challenge. So we built this crazy car. All of our funds from that year went into that car. So that's that LS swapped Audi that we got the McLaren numbers off of. And then that got the attention of some bigger companies. And at 50,000 subs, companies get out and they start sending you some stuff, and you're like, fantastic! I get some free stuff. We got some free tools or whatever. And then after about 100,000, then they start saying, okay, here's some tools and here's some money to edit some videos. Your time for making the videos and making some quality.
And then
So we're at
YouTube
that
also
point
gets
now.
hold of you and says, "We want to help you," and then they apply some expertise to your channel to help you grow it better, faster.
We've talked to YouTube just like twice. We wanted to make use of that more and more, like, you know, their resources are there.
I am fascinated by the family dynamic that being a YouTuber has, that inflicts on a family. And I don't think too many people
That'd be
really
great.
talk about that.
It's a single man's game. Like the channels that are putting out every day, they're single and they're probably living at home and not bills to pay either, because it takes a pile of time and effort to put the stuff out. So if we put the hours in and all the money that we've brought in, we'd probably be making less than $1 an hour.
Right.
And hopefully that changes, but we enjoy doing it at the same time, so it's a hobby.
But you have to respect the relation. If you're in a relationship, I think one of the things that I've learned is that you need to respect the relationship, and you need to talk to your partner, and you need to tell them what is it that you're planning on doing, what are your deadlines,
Right.
and if after 5 years you've got 3 subscribers, maybe you should quit.
Right. And our family, my wife has said that if you don't hit this by this time, then you got to do something else. It's just like your set time to bring in the income and get to where you are. Otherwise, something has to change. And that's either meaning a full-time job, like punching the clock for somebody, where you're not too. I have a hard time going in the shop. And I've got my projects, which I think are way cooler than my customers' projects. And I'm working on customers' projects, and the whole time I'm doing this because I'm like, I really want to go over this. It's like I need to know today. I have to finish my customer stuff and then go. But that doesn't pay the bills, right?
No.
My stuff doesn't pay the bills, so we gotta stay on top of the bills. But going back to the family stuff, it's just basically setting the timelines that, okay, this time I'm in the house, this time I'm spending with her, and the kids and whatever else, and then the rest of it is back out again. So but basically the way I look at it is I'd either be watching TV or doing something stupid,
Sure.
or doing something with YouTube and building something or getting dirty. So I spend the time with the family. When the kids go to bed or the wife goes to bed, we go back to work again.
And you don't have a lifestyle YouTube channel, thank you, where you're involving, hey kids, we're going to the zoo and we're which is really nice.
You won't see any of my kids or my wife on the channel.
Right.
It's just that there's some things that don't need to be.
Last question, do you think that YouTubing is a thing you're going to do for the
Next foreseeable
next
future?
foreseeable future?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You're very good.
So yeah, thank you. So last year, we said, okay, we're doing it for another year, but the way things are going, we're almost locked in for another couple of years. I've been my own boss for the last 15 years, 11 years. I just answered that question to somebody, and but now I get to be my own customer too. So if we're able to bring in money through sponsors and through YouTube, then I get to decide what projects we kind of get to do. And then I'm only limited to my imagination, right? When a customer comes in and says, I want you to build this for me, I said, fantastic, but you have to do it with this amount of money, then that's it.
Right.
Whereas YouTube, we can only do so much in a month anyway, and then the next month we get another check from YouTube and sponsors, and we're able to continue that project. So as long as we can keep people entertained, I think we can come up with some really cool stuff.
What about taking a break from YouTube? Holidays.
I don't know. Oh, holidays, we just film more. The previous weeks we go on holiday and we release it like we're not home.
So
Or
one-
like we are home.
Well, one of the complaints I do have about YouTube is I come from network television, and we did
Yeah.
sitcoms and television, and you have 22 to 24 episodes,
Yeah.
and then they went into reruns.
Yeah.
There's this notion on YouTube, and I think this is personally generated, where you're not allowed to have that.
No.
But I think we should. I mean, yeah, we're really concerned about our numbers dropping, and we've got our phones out and we're looking at that YouTube app constantly going, oh my God, the thing didn't reach those kinds of
Right,
statistics.
right.
Oh, and my views are down and blah, blah, blah. And then it's addicting, and
It is extremely
it's like the
addicting.
new heroin.
It is, yeah. Always looking at the phone, saying,
Yeah,
"Oh, how to
that's
do?"
right.
What
How to do.
comments? And yeah, I made a thing with my family where we pick a day where we don't go online.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we haven't implemented it yet, but we have talked about it. We have talked about it, and I will bring that up again. It's like Tuesdays, we don't turn we turn the Wi-Fi off, and we just like hang out and do it.
But I can see, let's say you do 6 months worth of stuff, you're done, and then you disappear, and then you just let the residual of the old stuff. But it's not part of the YouTube thing.
No.
You've got to do it all the time.
YouTube will throw you
I-
under the bus real
Yes,
fast. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
find that a
Yeah.
difficult
Well, I mean-
premise.
Yeah.
That's
the whole
hard.
business side of doing this. I mean, if you think YouTube doesn't have to give you any money, they don't get to be the biggest platform either, probably, if they didn't do that. But you know, if you have to find a way to make what you're doing make sense, and if it's completely ad revenue generated, then you're still relying on YouTube. I mean, if
No,
YouTube
it's true. So
disappears tomorrow.
Well, so I'm going to leave you with this, in that one of the most popular videos I've seen is from this girl named Tana, something or other, and it's like her and 2 other girls went into a tub. They're 20 years old, and they were in their bikinis, and they got 7.6 million views. So will you guys like get into a tub with me, like wearing bikinis, because we need to increase our numbers, and I'm
For
figuring.
7.6 million views. No.
Thank you very much, Rich, Aaron,
yeah.
Ellis.
You know me.
Thanks, Alice.
So that's it, internet denizens. So long.
See ya.